Shut up! You don't think Ryan is famous?
Cousin Ryan.
You gotta...
Hey, what's up, YouTube friends and family? It's Cousin Ryan, and this is our weekly quarantine check-in where I've got the chance to say, hey, how you doing? So, hey, how you doing? Everything's good. We're okay. What I'm going to say sounds scary, but it has so far a good ending. My dad's in the hospital right now, totally unrelated to COVID, totally unrelated to the coronas. Had an infection and some mild dehydration. But he should be home tomorrow. But I just wanted to talk about what that process looked like when he asked to go to the hospital last night, and we went through the ER. I myself have had several trips to the ER in my lifetime for various injuries and things, so I know what that process is like, and last night was very different. So we get there, found parking really easy, walked in, nobody was in there except for the two nurses at the table right at the door. We told them, hey, what was going on, and they said, okay, well, they took our temperatures, gave us a sticker. It said screened with the date on it. Got a post-it note on my chest that said 97.2, which was what my temperature was at that point. And then we went over to the desk, explained again what was going on. They took my cell phone number so they could call me for, if they needed me to come back or whatever. So I wasn't going to get to stay with my dad, which I have no problem with that. I mean, believe me, it sucked so bad leaving him there. It really did. It really, really sucked bad. But I have zero problem with how the hospitals are handling that because I'm not essential. I was not a life and death piece to this whole thing. So if you're not life and death, I don't think you need to be there. And it's just one less person to accidentally contaminate something. So, and that was it. We didn't realize how quick things were going. I didn't get a chance to say, good night, Dad, I love you, I'll see you in a little bit, call me, whatever. It was just like they took him back, and I left and went out to the parking lot. And some of the trips I've had to the ER have lasted 30 minutes. Some of them have been a couple hours, and I didn't know. I really kind of just, with what was going on, thought, well, they'll call me in a half hour and say, hey, you can come pick your dad up pretty soon. So I was going to wait in the parking lot. So I kind of stood around, not thinking, I mean, obviously I was worried about my dad's health, but not thinking, he's going to be here for a couple of days. That was really the furthest thing from my mind. I mean, I wanted him to be okay, obviously, but I didn't think it was going to be an extended stay. I thought he'd come home the same night. Sat down in the car, looked at my phone for a little bit, and decided, okay, well, I'm going to run home. We live really close to the hospital, so it's not, a huge drive or anything if I need to come back right away. So on the way home, though, it really started to sink in, like, what other people are going through in the healthcare system right now. Like, if your loved one has the symptoms for COVID, like, you take them to the hospital and drop them off and you don't see them again. Like, that is the most, I can't believe what people are going through. Like, that, for me, was just enough of a taste of the process to just barely imagine how terrifying that's got to be, and just how just freaking awful. That totally, like, on the drive, when I was driving home, it was just, I'm not gonna lie, it was scary. Like, I started to get that feeling, even if, my dad does not have COVID. He doesn't. That's not what, he went there for. But say whatever the symptoms were that he had led to something much more severe, much more tragic, I wasn't going to see him again. Like, I wasn't going to be allowed. And that, man, dude, what's going on out there right now is just absolutely horrible for people. I can say I can imagine, but I just can't quite imagine the actual magnitude. But anyway, Dad's getting taken care of. Like I said, he should be home tomorrow. Talked to his doctors last night, talked to his nurses and his doctor today. Was able to take him his Samsung tablet, iPad thingy. We call it iPad because everybody knows iPad, but it's a Samsung. And a cell phone charger and stuff, his shaver that he wanted. So he's doing all right. Talked to him again tonight. I think he was a little bit like, not happy about spending one more night there, but he's got TV. Talked to the nurse that's observing him. Super, super sweet. Very kind. Talked to me for quite a while about, what's going on with my dad. And again, it'll be fine. But she even said, oh, I love your dad. I don't know if I want to give him back. He's the nicest person I've ever met. And I said, yeah, just don't wreck his truck, because I'm speaking from experience. I know how. Anyway, but yeah. So Dad's gonna be okay. I really, my heart is going out to everybody right now that's within this, pandemic process, and just it's scary. It's scary for sure. But everything else is pretty darn good. Other than that, it's weird not having him around the last, well, I guess it's just now 24 hours, but looking forward to seeing him again. And we'll have to get him. We got to get him involved in the channel here. He's not doing anything else, so we'll have to bring him in. We'll find some stuff for him to do. But other than that, I was going to talk about this last week, but I never got around to it. My parents' car had a power steering leak, and it ended up being this little sensor on the one of the power steering lines. It literally took me, car projects just never go this easy, so I was so paranoid about, that was too easy. It literally took longer to get the socket, to find out what socket fit this sensor, than it did to unscrew it and put the new one in and plug it back in. And that took care of it, but it was losing a lot of power steering fluid through that sensor. But I was glad we could fix it here at home really, really easily. Didn't even have to jack the car up. But that's pretty much it. I mean, other than that, it's just been, other than that, yeah, it's just been business as unusual still. So I think that's it for tonight. I didn't want to really talk that long, but I just really want everybody to think about what everyone else is going through. Not what I'm going through, but how bad it is for people out there right now. It sucks. It really, really sucks. But there's a lot of good people out there and a lot of people helping, and it's just important that we take care of each other and talk and hang out virtually and, all that stuff. Check in on each other. It's really important. So, and we've got plenty of time on our hands, so it's, good chance to pick up the phone and call that friend or family member that you haven't talked to in a while, or at least, send them a message, send them a text. So with that, I'm going to say good night. I hope you all are well. Please check in with me down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you, and we'll talk to you real soon.
You know, sir, it's cousin Ryan on the Hollywood Boulevard. You know, sir, he bigger than any superstar. All of us spit you some real dope bar. Some them sweeter than any chocolate bar. Boom!
Hey.